Welcome to the third module. In this also we are going to continue with the similarity chapter, Mathematics 2 Standard 10th, first chapter similarity. We have completed with the basic proportionality theorem and angle bisector theorem. So the next property that is based on basic proportionality theorem, we are going to see this property. This is called three parallel lines property with their transversals. Okay, so the name is the property of three parallel lines and their transversal. Let us see what does the statement says. The statement says that the ratio of the intercepts made on a transversal by three parallel lines is equal to the ratio of the corresponding intercepts made on any other transversal by same parallel lines. So when you read this, you come to know that there are three parallel lines and there are two transversal. How? Because here it says that intercepts made on a transversal by three parallel lines is equal to the ratio of the corresponding intercepts made on any other transversal by the same parallel lines. Okay, so just we will see this how it is with the help of a diagram. Let me draw a diagram. Consider this as parallel lines, three parallel lines. Okay, let us name them as L, M, N. Okay, so we require how many transversals? We require two transversals. So let this line P be one transversal. Let this line Q be the second transversals. Now you can see this that there are intercepts made. I hope you remember what is called as intercepts. You have studied in 8th standard. What is intercepts? This portion, this segment, okay, which has been formed by intersecting at the point for the first line and after intersecting of the transversal in the second point, this portion is called intercept. I hope you remember this. If not, I am not going to go back to 8th standard and tell you again what does it mean. Okay, but what we need to understand is that these three parallel lines have intersected this transversal and they are intersecting in three different points. Okay, so let us name them. Let this be L, M, N, and the intersecting point that is formed because of transversal Q, let that be X, Y, Z. Okay, so what does this here? This property states that they are equal to the ratio, they are equal to the ratios of the same parallel lines. The ratios has been made because of this intercepts, so they are equal. Means what? Means according to the diagram, Lm upon Mn is equal to xy upon yz. Okay, so this is what the property states. How do we prove this? Okay, so proof is already given in the textbook. You just need to understand. So I'll just tell you. First thing is you write down the given things. Given things means these are our parallel lines, PQ is the transversal and so on. This is what you are supposed to prove. Okay, so we will have a small construction. We will join LZ. Okay, now if we see this, the LZ segment intersect the parallel line M, say at point K. Okay, now observe the diagram very carefully. We get two triangles, triangle LNZ. See this triangle LNZ, and MK is parallel to NZ. Do you remember basic proportionality theorem? Same way. In triangle LNZ, this line M is parallel to the side of a triangle LN. So using basic proportionality theorem, what can you write? Yes, LM upon MN is equal to LK upon KZ. Right? You can write write like this. Now we'll go to the next triangle, that is LZX. See this triangle LZX. Now in the same triangle, this line M is again parallel to LX, right? This is again parallel to LX. Triangle has been formed. Again you can apply basic proportionality theorem, and here we can write like this: LK upon KZ is equal to XY upon YZ. Yes? Now see this, LK and KZ is common in both the triangles. Yes, it is common in both the triangles ratio that we have written. So finally what we can write is LM upon MN is equal to XY upon YZ. So from 1 to 3. I hope you have understood this. This is quite easy. Don't expect me to write proof for these things. You can go through your textbook. You can read it once for yourself. You can change the letters of your diagram and you can try to write on your own. But understand, whenever you are writing proof or a theorem or a property statement has been given, first thing is diagram, must. Second thing is given, must, with respect to your diagram. Not with respect to your statement, but with respect to your diagram, with the labeling and all, you just have to mention in given things. To prove that, what are you supposed to prove? That is also important. Construction if it is there, and then go for your proof. I hope you will be able to write proof for this, okay? So let's proceed further. So we have completed with the theorem and the properties. There are certain points in the textbook for you all to remember. You just have to read this. Solved examples are for you to see how they have solved. So I am not going to discuss about the solved examples, okay? So I am going to directly go for practice set 1.2. Okay? So in question number 1, there are similar sub-questions. 3 similar questions are there. I will be solving only one question for you. Rest all things you can do it because they belong to same property. I mean, you are going to use the same property to solve the other two. Okay. So let us see what is the first question. This is the diagram. Triangle has been given. PQR triangle is given. The measurement of QM is given. Measurement of MR is given. Measurement of RP and measurement of PQ. All these things are given. What are you supposed to find is, you are just going to check whether this PM is the bisector of angle P. So we have studied the converse of angle bisector theorem. So we are going to make use of that. We are going to see, we are going to put this into ratio and we are going to see if the ratio is equal or no. Okay, so how are we going to see? First thing is, write out the given things. Given is all the measurements of the sides. So PQ is equals to 7, PR is equals to 3, then QM is equal to 3.5 and MR is equal to 1.5. This is given to us. Okay. So let us take the ratio. We require ratio. Say first one, PQ upon PR. Let us substitute the values here directly because we need to show that this is equal to others. So PQ is 7 and PR is 3. So this is our first step. Let us take another ratio that we require. QM upon MR. So let us substitute the values. This is 3.5 upon 1.5. Now some of you might find difficult to do the calculations or reduce the ratio into its lowest form if it is decimal. So let us remove the decimal. So to remove this decimal point, what do we do? Since it is point and a 1 digit, so we will multiply by 10. Okay, so 3.5 into 10 upon 1.5 1.5 into 10. Why we are doing this? We are just going to remove the decimal point. So you know that if I am multiplying it to numerator, I have to multiply it to denominator also. Okay. So after multiplying, what do I get? I get 35 upon 15. 35 upon 15. These two numbers comes in which table? Yes, it comes in 3's table. Okay. So, or 5's table. 5's table. Right? It comes in 5's table because I just want to check whether it comes as 7 upon 3. So, it comes in 5's table. 5 7's are 35 and 5 3's are 15. So, I'll cancel it and I'll bring it to 7 upon 3. So, QM upon MR is equal to 7 upon 3. This is my second step. What do I find is that my first step and my second step, from these two, PQ upon PR is equal to QM upon MR. Write down the reason from 1 and 2. Okay. Now, if this is equal, what does that mean? If these ratios are equal, what does that mean? Yes, it means that PM is the bisector of angle P. Okay. And suppose if you are solving other examples and if you don't find that these two ratios are equal, if you don't find they are equal, they are not equal to each other, then what is the conclusion? The conclusion is that this line, whatever it is, from one vertex to the opposite side is not the bisector of the angle. So that statement is necessary. You have to write that statement as your answer statement. For this example, it is PM is the bisector of the angle P. Okay. Let's go to the next example. So this is your second example. Let us see what has been given to us. In triangle PQR, PM is given as 15, PQ is given as 25, PR is given as 20 and NR is given as 8. You have to state whether line NM is parallel to side RQ or not. Okay, now after looking at the example, we strike with basic proportionality theorem. And you just have to show whether this line NM is parallel to RQ or not. So if you have to show this, you just have to see whether these sides that we take are in ratio or not. Their ratio is in equal or not. They are in proportion or no. This is what we are supposed to check. Okay. Means if I take Pn upon Nr, that should be equal to Pm upon Mq. So if these ratios are equal, then the lines are parallel. Okay. So for this, what do we need is, we need MQ because PM is given and PQ is there. MQ is not given. So what will be MQ? MQ will be naturally PQ minus PM because these two values are given. So let us write down, let us put it down. How to write this is, these things are given. So write down given, all these things, whatever it has been given, just write down. PM is equals to 15, PQ is equals to 25, PR is equals to 20, and R is equals to 8. Okay. Therefore, PQ is equal to PM plus MQ. And what will be the reason? The reason is M lies between P and Q. Okay. Let us substitute the values. What is PQ? PQ is 25 is equals to, what is PM given to us? PM is 15 plus MQ. Okay. So how do I get MQ? MQ is nothing but 25 minus 15, that is equals to 10 units. Fine. Now we need to find what? Pn. is given and PR is given. So let us write down PR is equal to Pn plus Nr. And what is the reason? That N lies in between P and R. Okay, let us substitute the values. PR is 20. Pn is what we are supposed to find. So I will write it as it is. Nr is 8. Therefore, what will be my Pn? Nothing but 20 minus 8, and that is 12. Okay, so 12 units. Pn, and this is Nq. Let this be my first step. Let this be my second step because I need them. I will now put it into the ratio first. What ratio I require? Pn upon Nr. Pn upon Nr. I substitute the values. Pn is 12. Nr is 8. Okay. So what will be the reason? From 2 and given, because Nr is given, right? Okay. So reduce this. What do I get? 3 upon 2. If you have not understood, think. Next is Pm upon Mq. So let me substitute the values. What is Pm? 15. What is Mq? 10. Three upon 2. Let this be my third step. Let this be my fourth step. So from third and fourth, what do I find? Pn upon Nr is equal to Pm upon Mq. So if they are equal, by converse of basic proportionality theorem, Nm is parallel to Rq. This last statement you are going to write it. What are you going to write? Is from third and fourth, Pn upon Nr is equal to Pm upon Mq. So by converse, that will be the reason, by converse of basic proportionality theorem. Let's proceed further. So this is your third example. Let us see what is it given. In triangle MNP, NQ is the bisector of angle N. MN is given as 5, PN is given as 7, and MQ is given as 2.5. We are supposed to find QP. So as the example says, which property are we going to use? Of course, the theorem of angle bisector. Okay. So let us write out first what is given to us. Okay. So given things, given is segment NQ is angle bisector of angle MNP. Okay, and whatever the measurements are being given, you can write it down. I am not going to write it down. In the first example, previous example, you have understood all the given things you are supposed to write. Okay, so all these things, measurements, you are going to write it down. Okay, now we are going to use by theorem of angle bisector. We will write the ratio, that is Mn upon Np or Pn, whatever, is equal to Mq upon Qp. So this is Qp. Okay. Now let us substitute the values. Mn, that is given as 5. Np or Pn, that is as 7, is equal to MQ is 2.5. You are supposed to find what? QP. So how do you find it? Therefore, QP is equal to 2.5 into 7 upon 5. I have taken QP on this side and all the numbers on that side. So, I hope you know how to do calculations. Find your answer and write here units. What will be the answer? I'll cut this. This becomes 0.5. Right? So 0.5 into 7. What is it? 3.5. Right? So your answer will be 3.5 units. Just check it out. Let's proceed further. So this is the fourth example. Let us see what has been given in this example. Measures of some angles in the figure are given. Prove that AP upon PB is equals to AQ upon QC. What is the angle given? Angle P is given as 60 and angle B is given as 60. So by looking at the diagram and the measures of the angle, you can directly understand that if both these angles are measuring 60, and how do they look? They look like corresponding angles. So if they are corresponding angles, so by corresponding angle test, these two lines are parallel. And if these two lines are parallel, we can directly go by basic proportionality theorem. Okay. So how do we write it? Just see. First thing is, we'll write that angle APQ is equal to angle PBC or APC, whatever, is equals to 60 degree. What? This is given. Okay. So if this is given, you can directly write segment PQ is parallel to segment BC. Why? Because of corresponding angle test for parallel lines. Okay. So now if this is parallel, I can write directly by basic proportionality theorem, by BPT, basic proportionality theorem, AP upon PB is equals to AQ upon QC. This is what I am supposed to prove, and it's proved. So this is the next example, fifth example. Let us see. In trapezium ABCD, side AB is parallel to side PQ is parallel to side DC, and measures of side AP, PD, QC is given. You are supposed to find BQ. Very simple. The three lines are parallel. So which property are we going to use? Of course, we are going to use property of three parallel lines and its transversals. Okay. So let us write down what is given to us. First thing is, given to us is side AB is parallel to side PQ is parallel to side DC. This is given to us. Okay. And all these measurements, we are going to write it down, all these given measurements. Now, we are going to use by property of three parallel lines and their transversals. Transversals, we can directly write the ratio, that is AP upon PD is equals to BQ upon QC. So let us substitute the values. What is AP? 15. What is PD? 12. BQ, we are supposed to find. QC is 14. So I'll just get BQ onto my left hand side and all the numbers onto the right hand side. So this will become 15 into 14 upon 12. So this gives me somewhere around 210 upon 6. Therefore, BQ will be equal to some 35 upon 2. Therefore, BQ is equal to 17.5 units. That's your answer. Note it down. So this is the next example. Find QP. You are supposed to find QP using the given information. What is given to us? MQ is given as 14, MN is given as 25, NP is given as 40, and these symbols are made. It means that this NQ is the angle bisector of angle N. Okay. So which property are we going to use? The same property, theorem of angle bisector. Okay. So let us write it down. The given things. What is given? It is given that segment NQ is angle bisector of angle MNP. Therefore, by using angle bisector theorem, we'll directly write the ratio, that is MN upon MP is equals to MQ upon QP. So let us substitute the values. MN is 25 upon MP is 40 is equal to MQ is 14 upon QP is what you are supposed to find. So I'll get QP onto my left hand side and all the other numbers onto my right hand side. Therefore, QP will be equal to 40 into 14 upon 25. So you are going to reduce this. Somewhere it comes like this, 112 upon 5. Okay, 112 upon 5. This gives you QP is equals to 22.4 units. That's your answer. We will end this module here and will continue the remaining examples in the next module. Till that time, stay at home, stay safe, have good learning. Thank you.